Hello everybody, my name is BearCozy and I have some really good news. I've actually just made it through Queen of Tides Stage 12. Now if we take a look, there's a Queen of Tides and I've completed Stage 12, and today I want to take you through my team, what I did, what gear they're wearing, and a few more thoughts as we go along. But first, we need to do our daily summons. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I really like to do daily summons. My first Lego was Gangelo. Please don't hate me. I know there are people trying to pull him and they cannot. My second legendary was actually Sierra, so that was really cool. If you've caught my video that I did yesterday, we've actually fused Santis together and I went over on how to fuse her and what heroes you need and how to go through the whole process. And of course we did our daily summons and I actually ended up getting Gahar as my daily summoner. So that was really cool. I got 2 poisoners in one day and I'm really excited to see what else we can get today. Now I am looking for legendaries, I am looking for epics, and of course I'm looking for fusion champs. And actually this guy is not too bad. I believe he is a fusion. I am going to go ahead and pop one more. Hopefully we can get some more heroes for the synthesis. I would like to get a second copy of Hackerin. I am very close. Another copy of Santis would do. So not really a whole lot here. So we're moving on. Moving on to Queen of Tides 12. Now, as I've been working through Queen of Tides, I've actually started making progression videos, starting through 9, building Gangelo, who was my very first legendary, and since he was my only legendary at the time, why not build him? And he's a really good poisoner, so I have been making progression videos through 9, and then going into 10 and 11. I actually did not make a specific video for Queen of Tides 11, but I am going to do it for Queen of Tides 12. And of course, you can use the same team for 11 as you can for 12. As you can see, my current team is Hackerin, Rodira, who is now level 60. Previously, I ran Rodira at level 50, and I also ran Hackerin at level 50 through Queen of Tides 9 and 10. I have been trying something new, and that is during editing, I have been putting up all my hero stats right up on the screen. So as you see my heroes, you can actually see their stats. So I have been testing 2 different versions of this comp. Right now, I am struggling for gear, and Gangelo has my best poisoner gear at the moment. He was my first legendary and my only poisoner, so I put all the best gear on him. Santis, who I just fused yesterday and I just leveled during the hero promotion event. Now, there are 2 versions of this comp. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Going into Queen of Tides 12, they're going to do their thing, and we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on and why I have the team that I have. So, I know I have Gangelo. Not everybody has him. I do also have Santis in here, which she is very good, and she actually works really well with another poisoner. Now, my current team right now is Gangelo, Santis, Hackerin, and Rodira. Not in that order. Hackerin actually goes first for the much needed HP. There goes Rodira with the heals. And as they're plowing through the waves, you'll notice that Zatlux is nowhere in here. Now, I have been testing 2 different versions of this comp. I'm trying to experiment with different synergies and see how different comps work. So I have been testing the first version, which is what you see here, Gangelo and Santis with no Zatlux. And I have also been taking Santis out and putting Zatlux in. Right now, I am not able to take Hackerin out, primarily because, as I've mentioned, I am struggling with gear. Most of my gear is between level 9 and level 12. So I am struggling with gear, and leveling my gear fully will help me out a lot. However, I'm just out of resources. I don't have enough to take all my gear all the way up. I am a little bit over 3 weeks into the game, and I am doing Queen of Tides 12. So I am still struggling with gear, but the plan for me was to skip the 4 and 5-star gear, at least most of the 5-star gear, and go right to 6-star. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Hey, you're still watching the video. That means you're enjoying the content. And if you're enjoying the content, that means somebody else will also. Click the subscribe button below and help this video reach more people so they can enjoy it as well. Queen of Tides 12 actually has a really good drop percentage rate for 6-star gear. Thanks to Dan Hellman, I actually got a hold of his Excel spreadsheet, and I actually found and took a screenshot of the drop rate that he did during his testing. So I will link that up on screen right here so you could see the drop rate for 6-star in Queen of Tides 12 is around 60%, 68%, something like that. I will put it up during editing so you could see it for yourself. So the plan for me is to actually go ahead and skip the 5-star altogether and only keep the 6-star gear because that will pay off big time. It will mean a little bit more struggle in the beginning and the runs are going to be a little bit slower, but as I am skipping to 6-star, that will save me a ton of resources and that'll put all my heroes in 6-star gear very soon. So this is my first comp, and right now I'm running Hackrin and Rodira. For Queen of Tides 12, I did have to take Rodira to 60 because she just does not have enough healing to sustain the team, because Queen of Tides 12, all the mobs are harder, they hit harder, and the Queen also hits a lot harder. Now, that combination of increased health and increased damage and the combination of most of my team in subpar gear means that I take a lot more damage than I would like. So right now, I am focused on killing the right crab because I just don't have enough damage to plow through and put up enough poisons to ignore both crabs. I do focus on the right crab, and then I go right for the queen, and that seems to be working really well. This run does get a little hairy, I'm going to warn you, because I'm still, as I've mentioned many times, struggling for gear. So, a couple of things to note. I've tried Zatlux and I've tried Santis, and I'm currently trying to see what will give me the fastest run and the best results. With Zatlux, we do clear the first 2 waves very, very quickly, and we clear the Queen of Tides fairly slow. With Santis, it is completely the opposite. As you can see, the amount of poison stacks that she puts up, or she spreads, look at all the poisons coming off of the Queen. Those were some huge, huge poison stacks. So with Santis, the Queen does go down very, very fast. Now, right now, Rodira is nowhere near 20k HP, so I do need to bring in Hackrin for that HP increase so she can keep us alive. As I start getting better gear, my plan is to only keep Rodira and use her as a solo healer. Hackrin will go out, and Gahar will most likely come in for that poison explosion team. But that's going to take time, and that's going to take some very good gear. So here we go. Right now, as you can see, the Aqua Cage coming in from the Queen onto Hackrin, and I did that primarily. I did that on purpose. So there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. In this team, Hackrin will take the Aqua Cage debuff because he has the highest attack. Now, Gangelo is a poisoner, Santis is a poisoner. Their poisons do not scale from attack. So what I did, and I will show you their gear. Let's go look at their gear, and I'll talk about exactly what I did and why I did it. Stifling Aqua Cage is the Queen's debuff. She will put a cage that disables movement on an enemy with the highest attack for 2 turns, making them miss their turn. Now, if we go and look at the heroes, let's go and check out some of the heroes. By the way, as you've seen up top, I am getting friend requests, and my friend list is currently full. So if you do send me a friend request, please don't take it personal. My list is full. I would like them to increase the max. Looking at his gear, he is currently in a cursed set, which gives him 35% chance to use his basic attack, which helps out with the poison damage as he does stack some more poisons on his primary. So his basic ability deals 80% damage to an enemy and applies poisons, and in the cursed set, it actually gives him a 35% chance to go again, and it does proc a few times during the run. Now, as you can see, most of his gear is between 9 and 12. I don't have any 15s. Looking at his stats, if you look at his attack is 1625. And the reason why I did that is if we go over to Hackrin, in the comp I just ran, you've seen that I am not using Zatlux. Now, if we look at Hackrin, Hackrin's attack is 1627, just barely over Gangelo's attack, and I did that on purpose so Hackrin can actually take the debuff of the cage. Even though Rodira does cleanse it, I don't want Gangelo to take the extra damage, and I actually want him to be free and not take that debuff that locks him out because he is my poisoner. If we look at Hackran's gear, you can see Hackran right now is in 2 Vanguard sets and 1 Raider set, and all their gear, and all his gear is between 9 and 12. I don't have anything at 15. So I purposely did not level Gangelo's weapon very much, even though he is at level 12. His weapon is at level 12. I purposely made his attack lower than Hackran's because when I don't use Zatlux, I want Hackran to be the stun target. Coming over and looking at Santis, you could see her gear is very, very low. And if we look at her stats are very, very low. Her health is just over 13k and her defense is barely reaching 1000. Now, this will work in Queen of Tides 11. In 12, you want to try to get around 1200 defense. 1000 defense is very, very minimal. It's bare bones and it's extremely difficult. So you will be struggling. I am working on getting their health up closer to and over 15k. Now, right now, nobody has 15k, and I'm able to farm Queen of Tides 12. You could see Gangelo's at 13, but his defense is at 1400, and that's given him a lot more survivability. Going back to my team comp, couple of things to note. If you are using Santis, who is a water element, keep in mind that she's actually not strong over the Queen of Tides. Wood is strong over water, and Santis is actually neutral. And since Santis is not strong, she will not be getting the extra damage and the damage reduction. So that is what makes Gangelo really, really good, and that's what makes Zatlux really good as well. I did some runs with Hackran, Rodira, Santis, and Zatlux, and that went okay. Right now, my Santis is missing a couple of scrolls, and she's actually missing like 3 or 4 skills. Now, the water dungeon is closed, and because of that, I'm not able to get her skills all the way up. So going into this fight, they are going to be struggling a little bit. This is not a 100% run, but as I said, I am missing a bunch of glyphs, and Santis is actually missing some much needed cooldowns for her ultimate. Primarily, she's missing 3 or 4 skills, and it's actually, that is going to need to be fixed. So there goes Zatlux. He does help us get through the waves. Zatlux gear, I do need a lot more attack on him. He is a little bit slow, and he does need a lot more attack. So sometimes he makes it all the way through the waves, and sometimes he does not because it is very, very close. Zatlux currently does not have any gear at level 15, so I am working on upgrading that as well. Going into the Queen of Tides, I have tried Gangelo, Santis, and no Hackran, and right now they actually are not strong enough to run without Hackran. So if you're like me and if you're just starting out in Queen of Tides 12, my suggestion would be fuse yourself at least 1 Hackran. He is going to help a lot. Not only does he help Rodira because her heals scale off max HP, but he also helps the whole team with survivability as he does increase their health. Now, I don't know if this run is going to be successful. I have had successful runs and I have had failures, but this is a process and I'm making progress, and I'm really enjoying making progress videos. So if you're watching this video, I have been making progress videos all the way through Queen of Tides, starting with 9. So if you enjoy progress and you want to see more, feel free to check those videos out, and that will also help me out with some views. So here we go. Zatlux is actually going to help us clear the crab, but as you can see, Santis is getting very, very low. She does need 2 things. She needs more defense, and she needs a little bit more HP, primarily because she is not a strong element here. Santis is neutral, so she's going to be getting targeted a lot, and she's going to be taking a ton of damage, and there she goes. So now that she's down, we actually are not going to be able to complete the run because she is my only poisoner. So there you have it. You've seen 1 success, 1 failure. I don't want to show you just my successes. I want to show you the progress. I hope you're liking the progression. I'm really enjoying making these progression videos. Now, this team, Santis, does need work. Going forward, I am working on Santis. Taking a quick look at Santis, you could see she's missing some damage there. She's missing a much needed cooldown on her special here. So she's missing 2 there, 1 there, and 1 on her basic. So she's missing 4 skills. Water does open tomorrow for me, or tonight, so I will be farming that. If you have any questions regarding the comp, feel free to leave me some questions down below. Leave me a comment. And of course, like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. That will help the algo to recommend this video to more people like you, so more people can enjoy it, and it will help my channel to grow. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next video.